Hello, and welcome to Cthulhu Crazy. I'm Lana Fisher, and tonight we have a special guest, Cthulhu, the Duck Monster. So, how are you feeling? That's great. So, where are you from? What is your home life like? So do you do anything during the warm weather? What do you do with your friends? Do you have any family members? He looks cute. How is your relationship with your little brother? What do you like to do in your home? So tell me a bit about the short film Imaginary Friends. Is there a reason for that? Is there any special food that you eat? Interesting. Well, that will be it for Cthulhu Crazy. I will see you next time. Bye!
Hello and welcome to Massillon Tonight for Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. My name is Gage Barrett and with me is Basil White. Thank you to Lana Fisher for tonight's opening segment of Cthulhu Crazy.
We start things off with something truly inspirational, a gallery of sorts. We hope you find something to your liking in this segment we call Quote Gallery.
Welcome to Quote Gallery, where I'm going to be interviewing each student that comes up and ask them what would their quote be.
Tracy Fields, and my quote is, "How can you expect to trust someone at your highest when you can't trust them at your lowest?"
I'm Mr. Sorensen, and I think a quote that's important to me is the only one you should be in competition with is yourself.
My name is Josiah, and my senior quote is that you can't buy back any of the time that you spend.
My name is Eric Stevens, and the quote I live by is believe in yourself and when others don't.
Sam Bushman, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
My name's Aaliyah Evans, and my senior quote would be to value your friendships more than your academic achievement.
I'm Mrs. Sebro, and my quote is from Tupac. I never lose. I either win or learn from it.
Hi, I'm Mr. Stern. I basically live by you get what you give in. Always put in good effort.
My name's Carter Maxheimer, and don't judge a book by its cover.
Officer Roberts, the sky's the limit. Keep going forward.
My name is Anthony, and my quote is, early to bed, early to rise makes a man young, wealthy, and wise, by Benjamin Franklin.
The video segments that are created by our own Grayson Hurst always seem to take us down a dark path of mystery. Check out tonight's entry. Grayson is messing with us again in bells.
Hello, this is a county-wide announcement. There has been strange occurrences that have been happening around the county and or inside the county. All civilians are to remain inside and to use headphones and or earplugs. There has been strange occurrences around or inside the county. Please stay indoors with ear protection and or audio devices in your ears. This is not a drill. For your safety, follow these orders and wait for further instruction. Thank you for your cooperation. Hello, this is a county-wide announcement.
This next segment is called Dare to be Stupid. It features our own Brady Watson doing things that can really only be defined as stupid. Real clever title. Here, check it out.
I'm Brady Watson, and welcome to Dare to be Stupid. For this show, I will be walking around the halls trying to find people that will give me challenges, and I gotta do them. If I don't, I gotta get a punishment at the end of the show. So, let's go. All right, I'm here with
Owen Blankenship,
Alex Paul,
Davion Floyd.
All right, so what should I do?
Bro, y'all gotta think of something. I just got. You should do an entire run around the entire upstairs wings.
Is there like a time limit? Like,
in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay.
A few moments later.
Did any of you come up with any other dares?
10 push-ups.
Okay.
If you, how about you run? Start from all the way down there. You gotta run. You gotta like sprint from from down there to like right here, in under 10 seconds.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go find more people. All right, I'm here with
Nevaeh Drennan.
and Sal Andrade. What should I do?
Wait. I gotta talk to my queen real quick. Do a flip.
Okay. All right, I'm here with.
Mrs. Seabrook,
All right, what should I do?
I dare you to go into the hallway and tell 4 jokes to 4 different people and make them smile.
Okay, let's go try to do that.
Hey, turn around. Hey.
All right, no. I'm not gonna get 4 jokes out, so. I'm here with
Nate Taylor.
All right, you gotta give me a dare. What should I do?
Try to give it the throw to let me join media again.
All right, I failed 3 times. I'm here with.
Loquan.
All right, you gotta give me a punishment.
My punishment is for you to jump inside the trash can.
Okay, jump inside the trash can. All right. That was Dare to Be Stupid. I was your host, Brady Watson, and might be with you next time.
Get ready for the ultimate music challenge. Find out what happens when unsuspecting people are tasked to listen to a song against their will in tonight's Wacky Walks.
Whoa! Hey there, guys. It's me, Kira Baldwin. Welcome to another episode of Wacky Walks. Well, technically, Wacky Seats. I brought some people here and they have to guess the song title within the first 30 seconds of it. Sounds fun, right? Well, let's see if they guessed it or not.
I'm Morgan Watson and my favorite artist is Frank Ocean. Oh my goodness.
A red wine. God, God. Oh, I've had a little bit
Just Dance by Katy Perry? I can't.
the name right. Lady Gaga.
Okay.
My name is Matthew Meadows, and my favorite artist is Sabrina Carpenter.
I say I'm too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say.
What song is it?
That would be Shake It Off by Taylor Swift.
Hi, I'm Stacia Hostetler and my favorite artist is Lana Del Rey.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound.
I have no clue. I Need You? No?
No.
I don't know.
It's 1,000 miles.
Okay, how was I supposed to know that?
I'm Mr. Hersher. Favorite artist is Gladys Knight and the Pips.
It's getting late and I cannot seem to find my way home tonight. Feels like I'm falling down a rabbit hole, falling for forever, wonderfully wandering alone. What would my head be like if not for my shoulders or without your smile?
All right, I for sure know the artist. I don't know the title of the song. That's Brendan Urie, so I'm assuming this is Panic at the Disco. I don't know the title of the song. Let's guess Dying in LA. I know it's not, but that's the only song I could come up with. What was it?
Come on.
Never heard of that. Unfortunately, never heard of that, unfortunately.
It's a good song.
Okay, I trust you.
In this next segment, Chris Corbin returns with more tricks and cheat codes in the latest edition of Game Break.
Welcome back to the 4th episode of Game Break. For this episode, I'll be reviewing a game I hold close to my heart, as it was one of the most impactful games that I've ever played. For this episode, I'll be reviewing Undertale, made by Toby Fox. Undertale is very unique in that all the choices you make matter. You'll be judged for every one of your actions, and even if you switch saves or try to hide it, Undertale will not let you do this. This game only has 3 distinct routes that you can take, so I'll go over the most common one, the neutral route. The neutral route is by far the most common route your average player will get on their first playthrough. To achieve this route, it's fairly simple. You just have to spare and defeat at least one monster, then you achieve this route, in which you can spare or fight any monster you please. Even so, your decisions still impact the ending. Depending on who you fight or spare, the ending will be different, with Undertale having over 8 different neutral route endings. To get the most of this route, I'd recommend interacting with as many characters in the world to learn more about them and learn their story to decide who to fight or spare. The choice is yours. Next is the pacifist route, where your goal is to avoid fighting entirely. Instead of fighting them, you spare every monster you come across. This route is the true heart and soul of Undertale, letting you see many relationships, character traits, and the true side of many characters in the game of Undertale. Plus, the ending is one of the most rewarding and sad endings for a video game I've seen. For this route, a tip I'd suggest is using the Act button on your menu to persuade some monsters into showing mercy, and also to find out how to spare them in some cases. But most importantly, since you don't level up at all in this route, you have to be very careful about your HP and make sure to dodge as much as possible. Finally, there's the fighting route. This route is the complete opposite of the pacifist one. You're choosing to fight every monster you come across. This route has dire consequences to your game file, so I'd recommend doing this route last. The fighting route is by far the most dark and chilling one out of the 3 for obvious reasons. Make sure to fight every monster, not just everyone you come across. Once you do, the next encounter will say, "But nobody came," with chilling music replacing the once peaceful music the area might have had. This route is not one you'll easily forget and is by far the hardest one, so I wish anyone who tries it the best of luck. So whether you're sparing the monsters in the pacifist route, battling your way through the fighting route, or experiencing the game naturally with the neutral route, Undertale is an unforgettable experience that will stick with you from beyond the ending of the game and far into your life. But have a great night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time on Game Break.
This season on Massillon Tonight, Basil has walked down the path of Jim Henson's Muppets. On tonight's edition, one of those Muppets finally gets its overdue spotlight. Take a look.
Good wonderful evening, everyone, and welcome back to Muppet of the Week. I'm especially excited for this edition because we're featuring my all-time favorite Jim Henson creature, Gonzo. Gonzo, though he wasn't truly himself yet, debuted on December 20th, 1970 in the television special The Great Santa Claus Switch. At this point, he was a strange-looking, purpley-blue creature with a very large nose, known as Snarl. Snarl was used throughout the early 70s for other Henson projects until he was eventually reworked prior to the debut of The Muppet Show in 1976, making him mostly the Muppet we know today. Towards the beginning of The Muppet Show, Gonzo was known as a quote-unquote performance artist, but he eventually became the show's daredevil, performing dangerously hilarious stunts for the audience.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the great Gonzo!
There, that was easy, wasn't it?
Gonzo is a main character in a great deal of the Muppet movies, including The Muppets from Space, The Muppets Wizard of Oz, and The Muppets Most Wanted. He also stars in many of the Muppet shows, such as The Muppet Babies, The Jim Henson Hour, and The Muppets Now. Gonzo has also been a guest on many other shows, including The Cosby Show, Wheel of Fortune, and Good Morning America.
Hi-ho, everyone! Wheel of Fortune will not be seen this evening, so we can tell you about our new movie, Muppets from Space. That's right.
Guys, you can't do that.
Oh, sorry, Vanna. Oh, well, come on. Let's go next door and see if Alex Trebek will give us his show. Yeah, bye-bye.
For The Great Santa Claus Switch, Gonzo, or rather Snarl, was puppeteered by Daniel Segrin, and then from 1976 on, has been performed by Dave Goelz. Some of you might be looking at Gonzo and thinking, what in the world is that thing? Well, there's not really much of a true answer. He's been most formally referred to as a whatever in a large majority of the Muppet content. While Gonzo was traveling by air with Kermit and Fozzie in The Great Muppet Caper, he was placed in a crate labeled whatever, while Fozzie and Kermit were placed in bear and frog crates. He's also been referred to as a weirdo, an alien, and a thing. We may not know exactly what kind of creature Gonzo is, but we definitely know he's a strange one.
Honey, what? Something truly bizarre, hideous, and unnatural.
You called?
He doesn't really make many wise decisions, and he really is quite the interesting fellow. He's got a very outgoing personality, and he's got some decent friends. Really, the only people that actually like him are Rizzo the Rat and Pepe the King Prawn, and honestly, he kind of annoys everyone else. Gonzo, Rizzo, and Pepe are grouped together in so many Muppet films, and the three have great chemistry, partly due to the fact that they're all insanely annoying and kind of freaky.
Hi there, I'm Gonzo, head writer on Up Late with Miss Piggy. I'm a Pisces. I love long walks on the beach, volcanoes, leather straps. Wait a minute, leather straps? Who put my dating profile on the prompter?
He said it.
Yeah. Put close, Tucker.
Okay.
Oh, what the heck, let's just go with it.
Gonzo's sort of, kind of, maybe friends with Kermit, but Kermit definitely finds him to be far too much. Romance-wise, he's got a bit of a strange taste. Since the early seasons of The Muppet Show, Gonzo has had a very strange infatuation with chickens. He was looking for a dance partner, found Camilla the chicken, and the rest is history. Gonzo and Camilla have a very sweet relationship, even though they definitely have their moments and their differences.
Oh gosh, I think the room is spinning. I may faint. How was that?
Overall, Gonzo's a very peculiar individual with some very, very ambitious goals. Well, that's all for this edition of Muppet of the Week. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. The truth about national flags and their origins are oftentimes shrouded in mystery. Gage tries to solve one of these mysteries with the help of a friend from the North. Check it out.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Fun with Flags. I'm your host Gage Barrett, and today we'll be looking at Canada, the second largest country in the world, right behind Russia. And even though they're our greatest ally up north, I really don't know much about Canada, so I just simply had to consult a professional. Please welcome our special guest for today's episode, Sebastian Thompson.
Oh, this place is a mess. This is the most unprofessional studio I have ever seen. The flag was usually flown by British merchants sailing to Canada. This flag had been unofficially used in the early 1870s until about 1892, where it was made the official flag. There are a few informal variations of the flag, mostly from adding provinces to the nation and inconsistent manufacturing. So the first unofficial flag of Canada was called the Canadian Red Ensign. It was a plain red field with the Union Jack in the top left, as well as the coat of arms of the four founding nations of Canada. That's England, Scotland, Ireland, and the Kingdom of France. And I can't stress enough how much I hate the English.
Hey man, we can't have you saying stuff like that. This is a show for kids, it's educational, you can't be throwing in messed up stuff like that. Could you just redo that line for us?
Well, you paid me to be here for an hour, and so far, we've used 30 minutes of it, so.
I can just fix it in post. You're fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Eventually, though, in the 1960s, the Great Flag Debate came. A few attempts to change the flag failed. The issue of changing the flag became more prominent amongst the public opinion, so a new all-party committee was created in September of 1964. A lot of infighting happened amongst the committee, so they turned to public submissions. Up to 5,000 submissions were made between 1945 and 1946. And that's my hour up.
Some Canadian he is. Eventually, the competition came down to just 2 designs. A design that contained 2 red stripes and a red maple leaf in the middle. And then this thing. Did they make this thing in the dark? It looks like a Call of Duty clan logo. I feel like I need to blur this thing out, like it's some type of FCC violation. Now, of course, this other, much better flag won and has been the flag for Canada for decades. Colloquially, the colors are symbolic of the nature of Canada. The white represents the snow of Canada, and the red represents the autumnal leaves of the trees. There is a big discourse about what the leaf actually represents, with most people coming to the conclusion that it didn't really have meaning, but they believe it just refers to the trees that were just common in the region of Canada. And that's it for this episode of Fun with Flags featuring Sebastian Thompson, regretfully. I am your host, Gage Barrett, and I wish you all the best. Up next, a segment about vinyl records that I'm not entirely certain contains any vinyl. I mean, the show is called On the Record, and there's no records? Is there a CD, an audio file, anything? On the record? Vinyl? Here's tonight's On the Record.
Playboi Carti is an American rapper from the city of Atlanta. He got his start on SoundCloud in 2011, but didn't blow up until 2017 when he released his album called Playboi Carti. Then the next year he would go on to release the album Die Lit, and 2 years later he released the album Whole Lotta Red, which might not have been received very well at the time.
Whole Lotta Red sounds like Carti is making fun of himself for an hour straight.
Feeling a decent 2 strong 5 on this one.
This album is literally so bad. Like, I don't know how you could stretch this out for an hour and 3 minutes, man.
You know, every time I, enter one of these songs, I'm thinking it can't get much worse. But it does get worse.
But has gone on to be one of the most famous albums in recent hip-hop.
My mind, as time goes on, it's becoming one of the more important, one of the more talked about and impactful albums of the last 5 years, whether we like it or not.
But it's been 5 years since Carti released Whole Lotta Red, and he just released his newest album, Music, also known as I Am Music, and the album is not very good. For starters, the album was initially announced to release in 2021, but after 4 years of delays, it just now came out and it still feels rushed out after 4 years of development. But the best part of the album would have to be the features, because Carti was able to get some of the most impactful artists of right now on his album, like Kendrick, The Weeknd, Travis Scott, and Future, just to name a few. But other than The Weeknd, all of the artists were just alright at best. Kendrick wasn't even that good on it.
Cardo, my evil twin. Cardi, my evil twin.
But I really just feel like he doesn't fit on the beats that Carti uses. I would have to say that the best song off of the album is Rather Lie featuring The Weeknd, because The Weeknd really does carry this song, and the beat is pretty good on this song, and even Carti isn't that bad on this song. He's kind of mediocre throughout the rest of the album at best. So the song is overall pretty good. The worst song off the album would have to be Jumpin' featuring Lil Uzi, because the beat just sounds the same as the rest of the album's beats, and the lyrics are not great on this. They're probably the worst that I can at least think of off of the album. And then at least the song is only like 1:30, so you don't have to sit through too much of it. So overall, I would give I Am Music a 4 out of 10, because while I've been tough on the album, it does have a really good song in Rather Lie. I do really like that song, and none of the songs I would say are unlistenable. They're just, most of them are just kind of lazily thrown together and don't really feel that great to me. But maybe it will have the Whole Lotta Red effect, and in like a year's time, I'll think this is one of the best albums ever. I don't think I will, but maybe.
Tonight's WHS-TV Classic takes us back to 2018. In this segment, Keyshawn Dorsey plays a famous in his own mind SoundClan rapper trying to make a record deal. Take a look at the sizzle reel of Young Flapjack.
You already know what it is. It's the boy, Young Flapjack, back at it again, you know, doing my thing, out here doing, what am I doing again?
An interview.
What kind of interview?
About yourself.
Oh, really? That's crazy. All right, let's get into it. So, you know, every day I wake up, you know, already in my ice. I stay iced out 24/7. Ah! You already know. And then I wake up, I go take a shower. You know, I gotta stay clean, use that Dove Men's Care. And then I go downstairs and I start whipping in the kitchen. I start making pancakes 24/7. Them pancakes be banging.
I've been in the kitchen, whipping. I've been chefing, mix it with my left hand. Water whipping and I'm stirring. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it. Water whipping and I'm stirring. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it. I stir it. I hit the pot with a spatula. I mix it, I whip it so good you would think I'm a natural. Water whipping and I'm stirring. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it. Y'all want beef and you could catch me at the stove. I was whipping up a bowl. I just came back from the stove. 5-star restaurant at home. I just dumped out that whole packet at the power. I was whipping. Should be done by 10 minutes.
Alright, after I'm done at home with all my needs like breakfast and stuff, I get in the whip and start banging out to Lil Pump, you know? That's my idol right there. That's my man. We go way back. And so I drive to school. I've been in school for 9 years. I'm 23 years old. 23-year-old junior.
He's been here for 9 years. I don't know when he's gonna leave.
After I'm done at school, I go to the rec. I be balling, you know, make like 5 threes in a row, cross like 10 people over. It's crazy, man. I should be in the NBA. If I wasn't trying to be a rapper, that's where I'd be, you know? And then, after I'm done balling, I'll go outside the rec and I be selling my mixtape. By the way, buy my mixtape on iTunes, you know, Flapjack, self-named, you know. And then after I'm done making that profit, you know, I go home, I brush my grill, gotta keep that clean, and then I go to bed. Still iced out as usual, you know, always gotta be iced out. And that's my day, you know. It's been your boy Young Flapjack. I'll see y'all later.
Thank you for watching Massillon Tonight. New episodes are scheduled to air every other Thursday throughout the school year or as the school calendar permits. You can rewatch this episode and all episodes of Massillon Tonight on the WHS-TV YouTube channel and on MCTV cable channels 611 and 11.
I'm Basil, along with Gage. Have a great night, and thank you for watching.